This is Part 4 of the Grazing 101 Riparian Areas and Grazing Management presentation. Here, we talk about riparian pastures as a strategy and technique for managing our range and pastures to maintain healthy riparian areas and improve ones that might be less than healthy. Riparian pastures are defined by fencing uplands separately from riparian areas. They are used in rotational grazing systems, keeping in mind the vulnerable periods for wet banks and shores and woody growth. Fence like with like landscape units. Animal distribution is improved and you have more effective control over them in small parcels of homogeneous units. This riparian pasture is on the Vandervalk Ranch west of Claire's home. It has been used as a riparian pasture for over 30 years. Grazing usually involves 50 heifers using it for 1 month between mid-March and mid-April, and then 140 yearlings for a week between April 15th and May 5th. Yearlings return in July to graze some of the regrowth. The area is doing well since adequate rest is provided. The producer avoids dormant season use because he knows it harms the woody species. The presence of these willows and dogwood are signs of health in a riparian area. The Waldron Ranch Grazing Cooperative is a good example of evolving riparian grazing management. The deferred rotation system began in 1989, and then in the spring of 1997, they moved to a riparian pasture strategy. This evolution has resulted in considerable recovery of the riparian area if you remember the eroding raw banks shown previously. That recovery includes regeneration of willows. Lyle Vogelin of the Gramenet Red Angus Ranch has applied a riparian pasture strategy on a portion of Amos Creek near Toefield since 1985. About 120 acres are fenced based on topography, forming a riparian pasture composed of some upland but mostly riparian bottomland. Use of the riparian pasture is deferred by putting cattle on hayland early in the year, allowing this riparian area to grow during May. Dates of use vary depending on spring moisture, pasture condition, and pasture readiness, but the earliest cattle are put in is June 1st, and the latest use is September 30th. Multiple entry and exit points are used to help with livestock distribution and ensure the sequence of pasture use changes from year to year. With this system, growing season rest is provided both early and late, and the riparian area is drier when grazing begins, so there is less compaction and damage by hoof action. Cattle can water from 3 preferred sites that have solid footing, and off-stream watering sites are also being used. Utilization of the pasture is monitored to ensure enough litter and to minimize browse on woody plants. Riparian pasture management has produced a very healthy pasture and a riparian area capable of sustaining livestock use. Thank you for listening, and thanks to all the Cows and Fish funders and supporters for their commitment to stewardship and riparian health in Alberta. More information on Cows and Fish programs can be found on our website, www.cowsandfish.org. You'll find much about riparian ecology and grazing management, including the Caring for the Green Zone, Riparian Areas and Grazing Management booklet. You'll also find information on community-based stewardship, our contact information, and donation opportunities. The other segments of the full presentation are also available on our website.